Hello everyone, today we're going to take a look at this Junghans mega clock. This is a radio controlled one, DCF77, which is not working if you unplug the battery. It does something, at least it did something before. No, it does nothing anymore. Okay. So yeah, it doesn't work. Before it would spin our hand one time. Second time it's not doing anything, so it was probably a mechanical problem. So yeah, we'll take a look at it today. So normally there's something at the back, but the owner already removed that and didn't bother to bring it. So there's two screws here. Okay, so that's a button. Okay. But if I press the button, nothing happens. And then let's unscrew this. Okay, I'm pretty sure somebody already worked on it, because like I wasn't really unscrewing it, I just pulled it through. Oh, and one of the wires is broken off. I do wonder if that was the reason why it wasn't working. So let's get a different screwdriver to undo this, and then I assume after I put the holder, no? Not entirely sure. Well, yeah, I'll undo that and we'll see. Because there's like 3 screws holding the dial. Not dial, but like the glass on my tooth. Oh my, those screws are tight. And they keep being tight. Okay, so now let me get some pliers. Was this just like a... Like, let's throw it away. I'm trying to feel like something is holding it. Wait, can I... It looks like the screws under the dial. Oh dear. No, that's not. Nope, there's no screws under the dial. And it's still something is holding it. I'm slowly getting somewhere. Like, I feel like somebody must have been in here before me, so it's definitely possible. I can try to get a bigger screwdriver than that. Like, how? Did somebody decide to just glue this shut after they were done with it? Can I try to get this cover loose from the rest? Let's look at this and I'll be back with you in a bit. So eventually, after a lot of trying, I did need a gem to peel the dial off. And under the dial, there were these two screws holding everything in place. However, still not really into the movement. think it's like a press fit. And something like that. I don't see screws. I don't really see a place where they could hide the screws. Yep. Oh no. Don't assemble yourself back together. The problem is, I can see here, there's the two coil wires. So, don't even know if this is something that was meant to be disassembled in the first place. And these contacts also need to come with us, so let's loosen those up. Junghans is a good brand, but I'm not really, not really happy about the way this is put together. Okay. So we've got two coils, that makes sense. So they're doing one coil for probably one coil for the hour. One coil for the hour hand, and then second hand so they can drive the minute, second minutes, together, and that's the antenna here for the DCF77. Let's see, because we've got the gate ring kind of exploded on us. So let's just try putting this back together, putting some oil on there, and then we'll see. If that does not fix the problem, then we'll have to replace the movement. So we can see here we have two metal discs on there. That's probably something for positioning, I would presume. Because somewhere the main IC needs to know in which state everything is. Putting this together is going to be difficult. Okay, I think I've got the gate ring. Yep, got the gate ring assembled. So, don't know what this is and if we need it. So yeah, I'm going to oil this, put it back together and see if that fixed the problem. And otherwise, you're just going to have to replace it. So, it is doing a little more now. You can see that the second hand wants to jump. So yeah, I don't really know, like, is it? It's doing nothing anymore. starting to wonder if whether it's like a mechanical problem now with something electronic. If you remove the battery and put it back in, it does run now. So I think this is like homing towards 0 or towards 12. And you see, it wants to go, but so yeah, it's probably a mechanical problem. So that means I need to disassemble it again and see what's wrong. Because it wasn't doing this before, and it was like I assumed they are adjusting the minute hand by driving the second hand. So there's probably no gear reduction in between the minute hand and the hour hand. It's just second hands get driven, then you have a reduction to the minute hand, and then the hour hand gets driven separately. We'll be able to confirm that in a bit. So this is the situation we have now. So it works now, but it is not detecting something, because the way these work is when they start up cold, when you put the battery in, they never know the position of the watch hands, so they let them turn till they pass a certain place, and then they know where they are, because once they pass a certain place, like on the hour hand you could see there was like a disc with 2 metal pieces on, so that's detecting where it is, but I didn't saw the detection for a second hand and minute hand, and I'm pretty sure, well, it has to be somewhere. And the annoying thing is that, well, not only has to be somewhere, but it's not working, because, yeah, it's still seeking for that position. So that means that I need to open it up again. And yeah, I'll show you when I find it. So the replacement movement came in. So yeah, just measure it. It's a bit thicker than the usual quartz movements. But interesting thing is that it has an output even, and there's some kind of serial protocol that will output the current time. So you can hook it up to some other things. So yeah, since there's not much to it, I'm just going to show you the setup procedure, like the way it sets itself up. So I'm going to remove the battery. If I can do that one-handed. No, I will not, so I will stop the video, and then I will show you the setup procedure. And yep. So pop the battery back in. So now it's going to go to one of 3 positions, the one it is closest to. I think it's either 4, 8, and then 12 maybe. So it should home to the 8 now. I guess that's the positions where it has some kind of feedback. So now it stops at the 8. So now it knows that the watch hands are in a certain position. Now, the next thing that's going to happen now, it's going to look for the DCF77 signal. It will not move until it has found it. The thing is, it will do this for 10 minutes. And then if it hasn't found the signal within 10 minutes, it will wait. I think it waits like 3 hours before it tries again. This is done to preserve battery, because apparently the receiving and translation is very energy consuming. So the thing that I find a bit weird, it will check occasionally for the signal, and it will correct its internal clock. However, it will only correct itself somewhere around the 3-hour mark. At least that's what the manual says. So I don't know why they have those 4, 8, 12 positions, if they are having some kind of continuous detection of where the hands are. That's the only thing I don't really understand. Maybe it is a misprint in the manual, or like a lost in translation kind of deal. I'm not entirely sure. So now we're just waiting for it to find its signal, and then it will spring to life. I hope it will find signal here, because we're all the way at the back of my store, and I don't have phone signal here. But we'll see. Last time I think it found its signal here. So when I got the movement, it's really important. There was like a little pin in the back, and that was keeping the whole, not really the hands, but the whole gears in position. And then you need to put the hands on the 12, because it is important that you know what the 12 is. So if you remove the pin, let the movement run without a watch hand, you are pretty screwed, because then you don't know what their position should be. It looks like it was going to move there for a second, but not yet. So you can also see that the new movement is much smaller than the old one. This was the old one, which is almost like the whole clock. And then the new one is like your standard size, like the square, 48 by 48 millimeters, like your standard square. Technically you could put a movement like this in a clock that wasn't radio controlled before, because it's the same size. Oh, come on, find your signal. It really looks like it's having a hard time here to lock onto the signal. So for those of you who don't know, DCF77 is a loop, so it's an information. It's basically like a circle, so within 1 minute it will repeat itself, and which is also interesting, and that's something a lot of people don't know about it. There's even weather data embedded in the DCF signal. So it's not only time. There's a, oh, it was making a noise there for a second. So yeah, there's also weather data embedded in. I think over the course of half a day, there's within each minute they had like unused like bits over, and they used those bits to encode weather data into it. And I think over the course of half a day, you get the weather data, which is which is literally the weather data also per region. The thing is, it used to be weather stations that would tap into that signal. I don't think that it is still a thing, but they're still transmitting it. Come on, look into the signal. Otherwise I'll just have to like move it. If I move it more to the front, it'll probably lock onto the signal faster. So I had to put it at the front of the store for it to have enough signal to adjust itself, but now it goes from a known position, it will go to the correct time, normally, which will take a while. So what I assume is that on the 3 places that there's some kind of a contact or a sensor there that tells it it's that time, and then from the known time, yeah, it will go towards the correct time. We're almost there. Also note how the second hand is moving individual from the rest of the hands. And there we have it. It's exactly at the correct time now. So now that I've shown that, I'm going to build it back into the clock, and it's going back to the customer.